Hello and welcome to the E14 Gamecast. With me is Omer Ibrahim, beep beep, Blake Harmer,
beep,
and I'm your host Rob Wade. We're a little light on cast today, but that shouldn't really stop us, especially as we have literally no agenda whatsoever. They're just kind of going to talk generally about stuff we've been doing, which is specific to games.
I could probably talk as much as the people who are missing.
You don't say. Which is weird. So, Omer.
Yeah.
What games have you been playing?
I have. Well, my birthday's passed since the last one. My girlfriend bought me Titanfall.
Sweet.
So I've been playing quite a bit of that and realised that was what I played the beta of it, but I literally only played like 2-3 hours of it. I think. Yeah, we talked about it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Still the
the other show that's on this feed.
Yeah. Go back a little. There. I'll wait. Yeah, so I've played Titanfall. Obviously now like with the campaign mode on it and that, which. Like I was saying, it feels a bit shoehorned in.
I quite like.
I've played the story mode, but I have no idea what the story was.
No, fuck no, not a chance.
Because everybody's just concentrating on blowing each other up, and
which is fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. And everybody's concentrating on earning the custom titans and all that stuff. So
I think I could sum it up best with when I've played the first level of the militia, the first campaign.
Yeah, it's militia first. Yeah,
and literally, as I leapt out of the plane, I stood there and watched the Titan talking. While another guy just pinged off straight down the road, and the other guy just started spinning around in the circle, like complete balance. And I'm sitting there going, "This is why multiplayer games can't have storylines."
The weird thing is, those were part of the single player game. The guy spinning in the circle. I'm a pixie.
He's an NPC. No, when you're on the dropships,
started teabagging or something.
When you're on the dropships and that, waiting to start the levels. I love just watching the other player characters on the dropships because they're all like looking out the windows, looking at each other. And if you stay still and watch them, they start doing the robot because they're looking out the window. But where their movement is limited, they can't move their feet. Yeah. They're just pivoting on the spot and moving from the hips. And it just makes everybody do the robot. It's brilliant. Again, still impressed with how fluid the game is. That's the word I think everybody uses.
Yeah, it's
and how fast
seamless.
It is. Like 10 minutes. Again, the main first-person shooter I've ever played was Battlefield 4.
Yeah, and.
It's a 45-minute game, now it's 10-minute games. Mm-hmm. I feel, at the same time though, I do feel that after a few games I go, I have played 6 or 7 games now and I'm kind of done for the day.
I played, so to put it in perspective, I bought Titanfall, I think I got it release day actually. Since then I've not had a lot of time to actually play games full stop, so I've got 9 games in one session, just over an hour I think in the end.
Yeah, I think I finished the militia campaign in 2 goes.
Okay.
And I'm all but 1 level from finishing the second campaign.
I did it in one go because I have currently a 100% win record on Titanfall.
Oh, okay.
9 from 9.
As long as you never play again, you'll be fine.
I am probably the other way around. My team, I think it's because every player is much more dependent. Like in
what you mean, like needy?
Give me a Titan. Again, that was the thing I saw the other day.
Okay.
So this is an army that consists of. Like, their main force is these Titans. Yeah? And you get it, like, 2 or 3 or 5 minutes after you spawn. If that... Like, that would be like going into battle in modern-day Afghanistan or something, and being like, it'll be 3 minutes before we give you a rifle.
Run around and try not to die.
Yeah. Why don't you wait for 3 minutes, and then you can all have Titans? Yeah. It just... I mean, gameplay-wise, it makes it more balanced, but it just strikes me as... Why are you sending your soldiers into battle? That'd be like lobbing Luke Skywalker at the Death Star and being like, we'll give you an X-Wing in 3 minutes.
We'll give you oxygen for 2.5.
Yeah. It's fun.
Have you now?
Ready my ship. Quicker!
It just
what?
And also, the other way around is like, if you imagine it that way, every time Luke Skywalker choked a TIE fighter to death, they would build his X-Wing a little bit faster.
That's probably what it is, because he killed a few in the Battle of Yavin, so maybe he just was building up, so he just insta-spawned his new X-Wing. He actually got shot to death 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, well, he was Red Squadron.
Yeah, it's just a really weird storytelling mechanic to make a game work. It works, don't get me wrong, it works perfectly that you're waiting for the Titan.
It works fine, yeah.
It makes a great bit. And when you get that Titan, you are supremely powerful.
You have Titanfall, don't you, Blake?
I've got it on the PC. It plays perfectly fine for anyone that argues, keyboard controls and that. It plays perfectly
I mean, keyboard and mouse controls, like...
in some ways, I think it plays better because...
In some respects, yeah. I mean, I like the kind of everything's in my hands as opposed to having to search around.
But then,
I think with especially mech combat games, I think they feel better because I imagine if I was to be sitting in a giant 30-foot mech, that I think I would be sitting at a sort of keyboard.
Imagine that world. Trying to snipe with a 30-foot mech.
I didn't think I would be controlling it with a pad.
I was going to say that, but like nowadays in the modern military, a lot of their drones and stuff are controlled with 360 controllers.
Yeah, I'll bet.
What a dark world we live in.
Yeah, no, I do get it. I mean, I know people that will say... like,
and of course, after they bomb the village, they then yell, faggots, lol.
And just teabag them.
Yeah, teabagging with their right.
They're going to teabag your town clock. I know people that cannot play console, cannot play with a controller. They're like, I tried playing Battlefield at yours the other day, and I just couldn't get it. I need the keyboard. Yeah. Everybody's used to it.
It took me a while, because I must admit, before... I think it was Call of Duty 3, which I got on the PS3 because it was consoles only. It was more a case of I'd only played the Call of Duty games on the PC, and I actually went back to Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare game on PC because I love playing it on PC so much. Yeah. But now, because I went through a period when my PC couldn't hack Call of Duty games. I think it can, mine can now, but I'd still choose to play it on consoles now because I'm more used to playing it with my friends who are on also on consoles.
Well, likewise, I played like we talked about once. We mentioned Total Annihilation before. All the top-down strategy games on PC, and then on my 360, I can't remember the name. It's a Lord of the Rings top-down strategy game.
Battle for Middle Earth.
That's the one. Yeah. Hated it. Absolutely hated it because it just felt the controller was limiting me to what I could do. I wanted to click.
Yeah, trouble is, unless strategy games are built for consoles, then they don't work. Like Halo Wars was really good because it was designed around the 360 because it was only released for 360.
Yeah.
I like that. But again, I felt like it was more PC. I thought it would have been better if they released it.
I'm sure it would have been, but like it still suited console controllers because it was designed for
fine.
But when it's built for PC first, and then we'll stick a console version out, it's gonna suck.
Yeah,
like Supreme Commander got slated when it came out because the controllers on a PC were superior to console.
Yeah,
but even then, they were still superior to console.
Was it Command & Conquer Red Alert? Is that the one that came out on the N64 as well?
Yes.
Because on the PC, it's one of the highest rated games ever.
Yeah.
But on the N64, I remember Nintendo Magazine were smashing it with like Clay Fighter and stuff like that.
Oh, Jesus.
That they really, because it's not built for it. The N64 couldn't control thousands of troops at once. I mean, look at Rome Total War 2. I've not played it, I've seen it being played. Can you imagine that on a console?
I dread it. I don't think it could be done.
Even if it could handle it, trying to control like 50,000 individuals.
Yeah.
Like it looks.
Well, if it's anything like me playing medieval Total War 2, I pity the Romans. I'm terrible at that game.
Love your speed. No, not each other.
No, that's the thing. I go, you units move over there. No, archers. Why are you going with them? You're meant to stay back.
Yeah, that's the thing. When on a
you had one job.
So much more confusing.
Yeah,
like it's the being able to like pan out and all that. So everything's what it is.
Yeah. So back to Titanfall. Yeah. I've been playing it a bit as well, and I really like it. I do think it works better with your friends.
I've not yet done that. You invited me, but I had friends around.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I had real world friends.
Rub it in. But I did play. What I did was played in a group of 3 within a party of 6, and we just stayed together in the team. So we were, a group of 3. But with Titanfall being what it is, we never actually stuck together at all.
No, you end up getting
just run off in other directions, call down Titans left, right, and centre, and fuck each other up. It's great.
It was. I got a message, the only message, apart from, I think I told you the story about the guy sent me a message on Battlefield 4. It was on Rise, when I was playing Rise, and he just sent me a message where he cancelled the game. You work as a duo. He cancelled the game and then just sent me a message saying, too good, gotta go, or something, so I can't remember it now. But on Titanfall the other day, I finished my game, and I just got through... Just like S, 3 R's and a Y. I didn't know if the guy was on my team. I didn't know, but just some guy just apologised. So I just said
that was me.
Oh no! When I was playing Titanfall, it was taking ages to find players for the game. I don't know if it was just
I've done that a few times.
And then it reformed. It found enough people for my team, but couldn't find enough for the other team.
Right.
And I was sitting there for ages, going, "Oh come on! I only want to have a quick blast of Titanfall and go do something else." Yeah.
Which is what you should be doing with Titanfall, really.
Yeah. And hopefully with the private matching, it will get better. But I was just sitting there going, I was a bit boring. But then someone typed in the little message box at the bottom, just went, "Hi," and no one responded.
Wow.
And I always felt like going, "Hi."
I tend to turn off the mics on that game because the only people I've had, like, I turn off the mics. I turn off the mics a lot of time on something like Battlefield because often it's like there's a lot of I know there's a lot of French players now, and I can't understand them, and it's just noise that confuses me. So I just
can't hear them. No, sometimes it's really quiet as well. I just hear a bit, and then that's it. And I go,
you just get.
I'm fairly sure that's racist.
No, I don't know what language it was. It just literally it's so fast.
But on Titanfall,
I'm kidding.
On Titanfall, I don't know whether the matchup is like language based or whatever, because I've noticed it's a lot of English American or English speaking, but it's so loud.
Yeah,
like, it'll be. I can't hear the script of the game
from the past.
Yeah. Turn it down.
Turn it. You kids and your music.
But yeah, and it's just. It'll be people. I remember when I went paintballing once, and there was one guy who was taking it super seriously.
Yeah.
And it's that guy every time on Titanfall as well.
Right.
Like, everybody needs to move forward. You're gonna fuck up the game. And I'm like, I am shooting twisty rockets out of a big robot here. Stop taking it so seriously.
Yeah.
I have squashed 3 grunts today.
I'm sorry you've scheduled your fun. We're trying to enjoy ourselves.
Yes. I'm not good at this game. I'm just going to shoot spectres for a while.
Yeah.
I like the way that still.
Yeah, I
still
totally
like
do. You can add to the game.
Yeah. No, it still feels really satisfying when you do take out other guys as well.
Yeah, it does. But like,
especially when they could be like level 40 something.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm going like, bang.
Oh yeah. Because I mean, especially if you've got the shotgun.
I'm level 3.
With the shotgun, doesn't matter who it is. One shot, they're dead.
Yeah.
Normally, yeah. But
I ain't even got the shotgun yet.
on with the grunts,
no,
I said the same on the beta. That the grunts felt too easy, and to me, it's like you can stand. Like I spend probably 90% of my kills on grunts, just walking up to them, kicking them in the face, because they will be at 2 foot.
They don't really return
and
fire.
they're like pew, pew, and you'll take damage, but it's not doing anything.
They don't really return fire.
I know they're meant to be super easy, but it might be too easy.
Okay.
Like I should still feel that, like when you play a single player game.
I think the day I quit playing Titanfall is when I get taken down by a grunt.
Yeah, true.
I think that's
when you're playing a single,
I still won the game though. That
yeah, 100% win count.
When you're playing a single player game, like you feel the AI can beat you.
Yeah,
and I just do not feel threatened by the grunts or the spectres.
No, I understand.
Maybe just I don't know, but then again, for some people,
I think
never
they
played
can. The spectres aim for Titans, so
that's true. Yeah.
So they can fuck your day up that way.
I also like riding around on them. That's jumping on an enemy Titan, popping the lid off, and then being like, now what?
Or just going like, jumping.
I never last long enough to actually pop the lid off and take one out, because it seems to be I jump on one and then all of a sudden I just get out of nowhere a sniper shot or something would just knock me off every time.
I like to jump on the back of friendly ones and sort of hitch a ride and just lean out and just be like, Riverside, motherfucker!
I found really good snipers don't dominate at all.
No.
Again, coming from something like Battlefield and having played Call of Duty a little bit,
I hate snipers.
and it'll just go pew, and you go pew, or you gone again. Snipers, I had one sniper in a tower, and eventually I generated my Titan and took him out.
That's because you can get to him with your jetpack.
Exactly.
Up and
that was the bit when I got cornered by like 3 guys in a room, and I was like up through the roof. I was just like, pew, and I'm gone. That is, the wall running and all that. And it just feels so nice when you get a good run.
Yeah.
That you can like.
Yeah, because you clocked over 3 buildings in like.
Yeah, it's great. But then I had one game of a Battlefield, and I was like, jump. Oh shit! I can barely clear that bush.
So, alright, that's cool. We were all enjoying Titanfall.
Yeah,
so what else are we playing? So, what else are you playing apart from that,
Ivan? I got a little shitty Kingdoms of Moria, Kingdoms of Middle Earth game on my phone.
Okay.
It's a little, almost like it's not a farming game. It's
you
build a little city, and but I keep getting raided by people who are like much higher level than me. So
it's like a Clash of Clans style game.
Yeah, similar to that. You build it and you build your resources up. It's actually really good fun. It's a free little game. Like you can pay for content.
Yeah.
I've been getting far too involved with like you get these runes that can kind of protect you from attack for 12 hours. So I'll do that. And in the meantime, lay loads of defences around the castle. Like I'll be the kid who's just like kicking the guy in the shin and then hiding behind his mum. Eventually, mum walks off. He comes towards me, and I've got loads of spiky traps around me, and they just lose like 30,000 troops on the walls. It's a silly little game, and
I'm interested to see a mobile game with a hide behind mum mode.
The bit that really annoys me is. I don't know what the target audience of the game is, but there's a little chat box at the bottom that you always turn off. But when if you've not played the game for half an hour or whatever, it will come back. And I'll look at it, and it's just loads. It goes between people talking about the game and being like, you should try leveling up this and that to get this. And fair play. But then it seems to be loads of like 14 to 18-year-olds, and it goes between them like kind of trying to flirt, and I'm guessing we were the same at that age. Yeah, it's that, and it'll be all the ones that clearly aren't women playing it.
Boobs, lol.
Yeah, but it'll be them being like one between like, oh, don't go, I need to talk to you. Like, but then it'll also be they'll start role playing and it'll be like, I take my hair out from behind my hat and you see I'm a woman. I'm like, oh, this is going to become a fanfic. /fic, yeah. I'm like, I don't want to read this, so I'll just go back to farming hobbits.
They look like
an adventure.
These that's not at all code.
After they've milled
that seems to be getting very tall. Oh wait, I can harvest them now.
Yeah, if you chop a hobbit off at the knees, it carries on growing.
Yeah, it's like taking bloody sugarcane.
But funny enough, I'm playing a game a bit like that, but it's themed on Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
So it's called Game of Thrones Ascent.
Game of Thrones, everybody dead.
Pretty much.
I raised 500 troops and they instantly dropped dead.
No, so it's basically like almost like
shag.
It's got a sort of city building bit. It's also got a choose your own adventure thing almost.
Okay.
So in all the quests are kind of, you can go down the family friendly route. You can go down service to the realm. You can go for truthful, or you can go for cunning. And cunning gets you more like intrigue points and might get you strategic political bonuses later on and stuff. But it's pretty cool. Like I swore fealty to the Starks, which you know, not that surprising for somebody who knows me well enough. I value honour very highly, and also beards. So there's a lot of them in the Stark family. Pretty cool. What about you, Blake? Any mobile games?
Not really so much mobile. I'll download them and I'll never get around to bloody playing them.
I've got like a dozen.
I downloaded Star Wars Assorted. I still haven't played it.
I played a bit of that. I mean, Brad's
really been singing about it. Yeah, he really enjoyed it.
And it is fun. But it's very much one of those games I can take or leave. Pick up and play for a bit and then put it down.
I mean, I really sold me on that High Noon game. I downloaded it. I still haven't played it.
He still played it. Yeah. High Noon's really good fun. It's a cowboy shootout game.
Okay.
Little 2D. Well, there's a 3D one now, but the whole idea of the game is that you tilt your phone to move your gun and you shoot other internet players, like other real world users.
Yeah.
But the whole thing of the phone is you have to hold your phone upside down to put your gun in the holster.
Right.
Then you hear like a ding, or if you've got it on silent, it vibrates in your hand. The idea is that from your hip, you flick the phone up like it's a pistol.
And then aim it.
Yeah, and then aim while you're doing it. And it's just, you buy bonuses like throwing chili powder in their eyes and stuff like that. And it's
what random.
I know.
What very specific power.
It's just a really silly game.
None of that in the fucking Wild
The best bit about it is one of my good friends.
Powder.
One of my good friends for wrestling also has the game, and I pretty much all I do daily now is just sign in, steal his gold, and leave. So like, stealing you, and then I'm off. He hasn't caught me once yet. It's been brilliant.
Well, you are terrible with money. Apparently good with other people.
Good with stealing.
Yeah,
I do own a shop.
As for actual games, though, I recently platinumed Second Son.
Into my Second Son.
Yeah, which I despite it being fairly short in comparison to the other games. I mean, I think you can beat it in about 8 hours, 10 hours, which is normal length for any other game, but for an open world game, it's quite short.
I'm all right with that. Like, I like the, I'm sure there's loads of stuff you can go off the beaten path to find, right?
Yeah, there's collectibles. But I mean, that's the thing. I 100%ed the game in about 8 to 10 hours.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough.
That's the thing. The storyline, if you were just to play the storyline, is not particularly long.
That's disappointing.
So it reminds me, I mean,
but the actual fun with the powers, the running around, the actual how a lot of things are destructible and fighting off people and that. Like,
I'm sure it's great fun. Like,
it was great fun for what it was, but bearing in mind that until very recently, I'd only ever platinumed. That was the only game I'd ever platinumed.
Yeah.
Just because I haven't finished Walking Dead, basically.
Yeah. You literally have to finish it.
Yeah. And I recently platinumed Resogun as well, but that's literally because I've been playing
that game.
Because I've been playing that to death.
I like that game so much.
Apart from that, I'm playing South Park Stick of Truth on
PS3. It's supposed to be great.
Yeah, I'm really
I really want to pick that up. Yeah.
It's basically, if you love RPGs, it's a very simplified Final Fantasy style role-playing game.
Yeah, I've heard it's kind of like a 20-hour RPG.
Yeah,
it's not ridiculously long, which is unusual, but almost like a refreshing change. Because I've got loads of really good-looking RPGs in my collection, in my backlog of stuff to play. But it's just finding the time to invest like 60+ hours in a game. Plus, if you want to get good at it, you might even have to go higher.
It's not even. I haven't really. I think I've only really died once, and I think I died twice. One of them was because I did something stupid. That wasn't more.
Just
so far in the 8 to 10 hours I must have played of it so far. I've not really had any trouble with the bad guys really that much. It's not. I wouldn't say it was a very particularly taxing game, but really at the end of the day, that's not the point of the game. And the point of the game is the comedy.
And is that good?
Yeah, it's written by Matt and Trey. The characters are bang on. Obviously, it's all their voices anyway.
Cool.
Yeah, it feels exactly, and also because it's in a 2D type world. It feels like an episode of South Park anyway.
Sweet.
Even little things like when you get to the next chapter, or if you actually stop playing the game and reload it, it even has the guitar as you come back
that's
into
a really
the game.
nice touch. Yeah.
Yeah, all the little things like that matter.
Think like
It just feels like an episode of South Park,
Yeah.
even to how ridiculously stupid the plot gets as well.
Yeah, oh, it has to.
South Park's one of those ones I've basically said when people are, because my birthday's coming up in a sort of month or so. People have said to me, what do you want for your birthday? And I've basically given a list of things I would probably not buy myself, but if I got them, I'd be really happy.
Yeah,
South Park's on that list because it's like the kind of thing I wouldn't go out of my way to buy because I've got tons of stuff to play. Like, it's fucking huge.
I bought it
backlog of
because
360.
I saw some footage of the game being played, and I just went. I'm not an avid watcher of South Park. I'm not one of these people that has all the series on DVD or watch it religiously every time it's on. I watch it when it is on. It's like, if I'm not doing anything and it happens to be on telly, I'll watch it.
I was the same way last night with like 2 hours of Family Guy. It was really good fun.
Yeah.
But it's not the kind of thing I'd go out my way to sit and do a marathon of, but it was because it was on telly.
But that's the thing, I knew enough of South Park to follow to get a lot of the jokes in it because I used to watch it lots when it first came out. When I was very young.
I watched it when I first got Netflix. It was all on there. It's not anymore, but
Is it
again,
not?
no, I don't think there's much on there. I don't think there's anything on there.
I thought there was still some on Netflix, but I haven't checked to be honest. But but the little things like that got me in the mood to watch the film again because I watched that a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I had that. I had it on my when I got a PSP. I had like 2 or 3 movies on it, and that was one of them.
Yeah.
And I had that at work, and it was before, like, obviously I had the internet set up at work, so that was pretty much all I'd have to do during my lunch. So I think, like, in a week, I may have watched it 2 or 3 times per week, and I may have oversaturated myself on the movie. It is great.
I went for a phase of watching it a fair amount, but
that was very easily done with the South Park movie. You could watch it a few times around and just burn out.
Because it just felt like a big episode.
Yeah. But that's the thing, it'd been a few years since I watched it, and I went, and playing the game made me go, I want to watch that.
Yeah.
And it's good that if a game makes you want to go back to the
franchise. Yeah.
Because I ended up watching a couple of episodes, like it was on Comedy Central channel.
Yeah.
It was one of the older ones, and this one I hadn't seen, but it's the one where Cartman becomes a superhero, like Batman rip off the Coon.
The Coon, yeah.
How
they get away with that?
He dressed up like a raccoon. That's
what it is. Yeah, so brilliant.
But if you walk into Cartman's house, go upstairs and go into his bedroom, you can look in his wardrobe, and there's loads of callbacks to all of the episodes, including hanging up. There is the Coon costume.
Nice.
Little things like that, which I wouldn't even get all of them because I haven't seen them all. But if you're an avid fan, you probably. I would recommend it at no end.
So bringing it back to games.
Go for it.
So I've been playing Half-Life 2.
Okay.
So it's been a while, It's like,
But
basically, what it is, I've had the orange box for about 5 years, and I've only ever until now, I've only ever played Portal.
It's gone off by now.
I know, right? It's like I squeeze it and it just like bursts.
I've got these Jaffa games.
No, Half-Life 2.
Yeah, and tell you what, it's like I've played a lot of games recently where they've been sort of older ones that have either been brought forwards or I'm just playing them in the source. Like I played the BFG edition of Doom 3.
So friendly giant.
Yeah, that's the one.
Snoz comes.
I never finished Doom 3.
There's a mashup.
I didn't either, and I'll tell you why. I bought the BFG edition, which is like the HD remake of Doom 3 for 360 and PS3 and PC, I think, as well.
Yeah, I've got it on PC.
Yeah,
I basically bought it for Doom 1 and 2, to be honest. But
the backdrops are amazing. The atmosphere's pretty good. The music's incredible. The sound effects are awesome. The character models are really dated. They look just so.
It came out late Xbox.
Yeah, late Xbox, and it was on PC, and at the time it was really cutting edge for the visuals.
The thing is, I can't call it the Xbox One now because of Xbox One.
The OG Xbox.
Yeah.
Xbox V1.
Yeah, just the Xbox.
The first Xbox.
Yeah, just Xbox.
It came out on that and was obviously on high-end PC
yes.
at the time, but still an old game.
I played about a third of it from having a look at the chapter names on the wiki and stuff, mainly because I wanted to see how far through I was after about 12 hours, and it's just boring. Like,
there's nothing going on.
It doesn't.
It held my interest at the beginning, but I played about 4 or 5 levels of it, and I never really got massively into the game because I found it always made me jump all the fucking time. The original one, because the original one you had to hold your flashlight,
yes,
and then swap over. But then when I actually went, look, Kat, I'll show you how scary this game is, and when I realised that they changed it so the flashlight was on your gun now, I was like, well, that defies the point.
So
I hate to say that because the design flaw I was always cross when they did that.
Before you were either armed with your torch or your gun. You had to switch between the two. But now
so you had that second where it went dark when they were attacking.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of
or you'll be there where the light goes off and they'll try and do scary things. Like there's a bit where there's like it goes dark. There's a demonic laughter and then they throw barrels at you from there. Stuff like that. But there's no monsters in that room. It's just to scare you up.
It's just a scary tactic.
But also sometimes you'd be like, the only thing you'd have illuminated is the fire they threw at you, is where you suddenly glimpse at something fucking come out.
Yeah, the eyes in the dark.
That was what made the game good, but now they've done that as sort of like, the horror's gone now. It's just Doom.
You know, a really good example of it outside of gaming, we've seen the movie Outlander.
Yes.
The bit where they throw the torch towards the dragon creature, and it goes dark because he steps on the light.
Yes.
But all you see is the claw come forward and you step on it and it goes pitch black.
That's probably my favourite bit of that.
And then he glows, and that's that kind of thing. You only know it's there by the absence of light.
I get it. It's a nice analogy, actually. Yeah, it works pretty well. I played that and I got bored and I switched out, gave up, chucked it in my trading bag and moved on to Half-Life 2. And Half-Life 2, by comparison, is a game that's dated really, really bloody well. It's still great. Like,
I remember playing.
I
had a demo.
Amazing.
I think where it differs is Doom 3, when they've done this HD conversion thing, it's all kind of in different steps. So some stuff looks really good, some stuff looks shit. Half-Life 2 has been brought in line completely, so everything looks the same with relation to each other, and I think that's why it works. Like, it's not
an amazing graphically game.
No, definitely not.
But that's not the point of the game.
No, but everything looks similar to itself, like within the elements of the game itself.
They brought it all to the same point.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all done to the same standard, so it works much better in that respect. And Ravenholm is like the survival horror kind of chapter. And I tell you what, it's shit me up.
That game, I think it came with PC Gamer. That level was the demo.
Yes.
And I remember playing it and being like, well, because you got the grav gun at that point. Yeah, and I think it's the first level with the grav gun.
It's the perfect intro to the
grav gun. And it's the bit. Yeah, and I remember playing that at the time.
You're basically running away from the crab zombies.
Yeah, running away from crab zombies and there's saw blades fucking everywhere. It's great.
Yes, and you're flinging them around.
Yeah.
I get that kind of bringing the graphics forward. Same as I watched Jurassic Park on Blu-ray.
Oh, that holds up really well.
It works, but there's a few scenes where the puppets, they've HD'd them, they brought it up and they look great because they were real. Yeah. But the scenes where there are CG dinosaurs, it still looks fuzzy because if they bring it up, you'd see that they weren't as good as the graphics were these days. And I'm guessing what they've done with Half-Life is to bring it all up to level. Yeah. Like where they could have brought some bits up a bit better, which would have made other bits look shit.
I get you.
Have you actually finished Half-Life 2?
No, I'm still stuck on Ravenholm, actually. It's not that I'm not good enough to get through it, I just can't figure out where I've got to go next.
I keep wetting
there was a bit where I wandered around in a circle for a while, but then I worked it out.
By any chance, have you got a big pile of head crab zombies ambushing you in the town square at that point?
It's not constantly, and there's a bit where you have to drop down a crane, I think.
All right.
It's like a small bit. I can't remember where it was now.
It might
but the zombies always come out, and I actually ran out of ammo at that point. I was killing them with a crowbar after a while.
Yeah.
But on the plus side, I got really good at killing them with my crowbar.
I was watching Robaz, the internet review guy. And he was playing, it was an older video, he was playing Call of Cthulhu, and he had a crowbar.
Is that Dark Corners of the World? Or
I'm not sure what it was. He's got 19 videos, and I just watched right in the middle. And he's got a crowbar, and the brand of crowbar written on it is Freeman.
Nice.
Which is like, and he kept saying, Half-Life says hello every time he was hitting something.
Nice
lovely nod, yeah. Because the main gun, the big gun you get at the end, has got like these spinning bits, it looks like a grab gun as well. Yeah. So it's obviously either influence, maybe even part of the production crew or something.
So playing Half-Life 2. I've kind of hit a wall on that, so I've been switching out to other games. I'm playing Skyward Sword on my Wii.
Okay.
I just really, really like it. It's just,
it's a fun little.
Yeah, it's like the original Wii Zelda was Twilight Princess, which was very obviously a ported over GameCube game. Yeah. Mainly because they released the GameCube version on the same day.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So it's fairly obvious that it was made for one and ported together, which is fine. And they added the motion controls to sell the value of the controls. Skyward Sword is the first one they made properly for the Wii, where it's like the controls are the integral part of the game. Okay. And it's amazing. Really? It's just really good. I'm okay with Japanese games, Japanese cultural sort of stuff. I know some people are kind of just completely numb to it.
Doesn't do
and more power to them,
Yeah, fine. It doesn't get everybody.
No, exactly. But I just
I like some and some, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's always some Japanese culture I go, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Get those away from me.
Keep those tentacles away.
But I think it's just a really well made game, and I think it's one of the better Zeldas, and it will be one of those ones in a few years' time. What with Nintendo fans being cyclical in their fickle nature, in a few years' time, people will be asking for a remake of it because that's how they roll.
Probably so. Yeah.
Yep. And then the bizarre one that I didn't expect myself to be as into as I am, Pokemon X.
Oh really?
Fuck me, that game is incredible.
Yeah,
like it's so really good. It's everything is just perfectly realised. I was playing it the other night, and I was connected up to the Wi-Fi for the first time, and I had this big group of people offering me trades, offering me battles, offering me like perks and stuff, like boost to my attack for a limited time and stuff. And there's this thing on there called Wonder Trade, and what it is, you just choose a Pokemon from your box. Somebody else chooses a Pokemon from their box. You don't know what you've got until they pass each other.
Holy shit, electrical blind bags.
Yeah, exactly. It's digital blind bags. Somebody just sends you a random Pokemon, you send them a random one. You don't know what you get until it comes down. And yeah, sometimes you get burned out and you get 3 Pidgeys in a row or some shit. But at the same time, the other time, I got one of the starter Pokemon through.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
That's really cool, yeah. Yeah, my girlfriend loves it. She played it a lot.
Yeah.
And we always had a deal where I would do the boss battles. Like, she would just play the whole game and then she'd be like, oh my god, boss. And I'd do that. And yeah, it was really good fun. I mean, I used to play I had red. And then
I used to play red and blue.
And I had fire,
I've not
red,
really played any since, so there was only 150.
It's kept all of its charm.
No, I saw a joke YouTube video where they did the rap with the current amount of number, and the guy was actually by the end of it going,
Pokemon has just the original series has turned up on Netflix.
Yeah.
Me and Charlotte will watch it with dinner or something like that. Just put an episode or 2 on before we do whatever. And the poker rap comes up, and I'm always, every time it comes on now, I just do this thing where I'm like, well, I'm the expert. I'll do this poker rap. I remember. And then while it plays, I'll just sit there with a fear face on, perfectly silent. And then as it ends, it'll be like, and I'll just go, Krabby! The other one's the Who's That Pokemon?
Yeah.
And I always just guess something completely annoying. So it'll be a picture of like Pikachu, and I'll be like, an umbrella!
Cat jokes are... Cat's been watching it, and I've been taking the piss, because I've been going... whenever it's Who's That Pokemon, I always say Pikachu.
Yeah.
When it looks like something else, I'll go, Pikachu holding a pencil. Or it'll be...
Pikachu with the severed heads of his enemies above him.
Yeah, or something like that, yeah. And the rap, I'll just go, Pikachu.
Yeah, I did that,
Pikachu. So it'd be stuff like that. But also, in the later episodes, they start going, we'll be back after these messages. And then, now, back to the show.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going... No, you won't be back. And they're going, now back to the show. And I go, well, I'll be buggered.
The one that gets me is after the intro song, they'll be like, we'll be back after these messages. Which means, we always complain like American TV compared to ours, the adverts are a lot more frequent.
Yes.
In Japan, you get the intro to a show and then some adverts.
Yeah.
Like, the Pokemon song will be like, 40 seconds? And then there'll be adverts.
Wow.
Like, if the Netflix version of the show is the same as the Japanese one.
Yeah.
Of course, the Netflix just comes back.
Yeah, and because of the poker app went out of sync and missed a day, I guessed where the Porygon episode was.
The
seizure one.
Yeah,
the one that got banned.
Yeah. I found out something funny about the thing the other day. A friend of mine's got a 5-year-old, so he watches a lot of kids' TV, obviously, because she's into it. And they're watching the newest series of Pokemon. 17 series they've now done.
Wow.
And he's still fucking 10 years old.
Yeah. He's only caught like 80 odd Pokemon.
No, apparently he's only got to... I think there was recently an episode where he turned 11.
Oh, was it?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's got
I think
he's Japanese Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
But in terms of the games, I found I played X2 and whatever it's called. The second, it's in 2 parts, isn't it?
No.
Is it not the newest one?
Are you thinking Black and White?
That's it,
Black and White 1
sorry.
and 2.
I have played X as well. X is the most recent.
Yes.
Most recent.
It's
all 3D-ish and
fun.
fun.
The difference, the same friends, like I was playing X and he just loaded up Black on his thing, and it's like night and day difference. It's ridiculous how much difference it makes.
But it's
still got
all
all
the
of
gameplay's the same, I take it.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. It's still got all that charm.
Yeah.
And I know totally. Like, I remember playing the original one, and then a few years later, I went on holiday to Cyprus, and I bought a GBA, and I had. It was because I wanted to play the. You remember the TMNT, the Turtles movie came out?
Yes.
The CG one?
Yes.
And they put the GBA game was like the old 2D side-scroller for the Mega Drive.
Yeah.
So I bought it to play that. Unfortunately, it was really good, but a really short game.
Right.
And then I was going off on holiday to Cyprus, and I think I was in a game, or someone that was doing second-hand like GBA games, and I saw Pokemon Fire Red out of its box, quite cheap. So I was like, oh, that'll be fun. And I played it, and it's like just as much fun.
Yeah.
Depressingly though, you know that the original Game Boy games had a battery in them that saved. I found my original Red the other day, and I found my old. I plugged it in, and there was nothing on there, and I was like, oh, it genuinely, because you must have poured so many hours. Yeah. As a kid, I was the age of
my Game Gear died, unfortunately, but there was a game we used to play called Crystal Warriors. It was an old RPG.
Oh, I know the name, yeah.
It was a bit like Shining Force, but it's like moving your men turn-based strategy battles. Wandering around a map and then take your turn to hit that person. It was like that. But, yeah, we used to get to like level 40, but because it was an old cartridge and we were still playing it, like when we went on holiday and that, it would just every now and then the battery backup would just die and you'd lose about 20 hours of gameplay, and I'm like,
Speaking of that, actually, 2 stories on that. So, when I first got a 360, I didn't have a lot of games. Like now, I've got fucking tons of them. Organised in backlog, priority order of like getting these fucking things out of my house first. One of the ones I played a lot was Lego Star Wars when they bundled it together, episodes 1 and 2 into Complete Saga.
Yeah, and I must admit I missed them and just went straight for that.
I was about 45 hours in. And I was like, I'm going to finish it to 100% it, get all the achievements, and get my first 100% achievements thing on Xbox. Because like not the equivalent of platinum, but it's not platinum.
It's just 100%.
Yeah, just 100%. They just put the little icon. It's like 100% complete. Little icon, just to say.
I think they needed platinum because it was trophies.
Yeah, pretty much. But I remember the new 360 came out, the Elite one with the 120 gig hard drive. And I was like, at the time I was working for games, I was like, I have to have one of those. Like, I need to get more games. I want to be able to download more stuff and so on. Because like 20 gigs is a fair amount of space if you're just saving games. But if you want to download DLC and stuff like that,
that was so different when I got the Xbox One. And I was like, what's the memory on it? Whoa!
Yeah,
because I had like the arcade when I got my Xbox 360.
Oh really?
Yeah, wow, okay. I got a 20 gig hard drive for it. Yeah. I was like, 20 gigs. That's I filled it up. That's fine. I've got an Xbox One. Holy shit! Well, I've got all the memory.
That's the thing. I'm sitting there. I have to keep chucking stuff off my PS3 because it's 320 gigs.
That's the thing.
Still filling the fucking.
What's hilarious is there are people when the Xbox One and PS4 were announced, it's like 500 gig. That's fucking pathetic. I'm like, what are you going to fill it with that you can't delete and re-download?
I'm 32% in.
That's the thing. I beat Infamous. It took up 40 gig of the hard drive, which was nothing because I didn't have much on there anyway.
Yeah.
But I just went, well, I might as well delete it because I'm not going to play it again. Also, I've traded it in now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I delete games when I convert them anyway. But if I'm going to keep them, maybe playing again, like Skyward, for example. I won't delete them.
Yeah.
That's
so like
probably why I haven't got my.
So what I did was I was like, I have to have this new one. So what I did is I took my 360 in and I backed up all what I thought was all my stuff onto a memory stick. One of those old bespoke ones before they let you use USB.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sort of wide grey ones. And they said, right, do you need anything off this? Like before we sort of chop it in and trade it in and sort of wipe it and stuff. I was like, no, it's fine. I think I've got everything. And I go home and then I unpack my thing. I'm just like, right, first game to play on this is Lego Star Wars. Fuck! And I lost fucking 75% completion of like 45 hours fucking save. And I was absolutely fucking livid.
I'll bet.
The other one, do you remember WWF No Mercy?
I know exactly what you're about to say.
There was a bug that THQ refused to acknowledge because I wrote to them about it in the earliest batch of console cartridges, which would wipe your save periodically. So,
it was just random as well.
Yeah, you'd like unlock all these. You go through the championship, unlock all the wrestlers.
I used to customise like Rikishi's belts. It was
all the belts.
I still need to get No Mercy 4.
It's a great game.
It's a really, it's one of the best wrestling games.
It still holds up.
To get hold of.
Yeah, it still holds up. Yeah.
I think it's probably the best ladder match representation in
this game. Totally,
I had one that legitimately lasted an hour against the computer once.
Yeah.
Where it was just every time I thought I was getting up, he managed to get up, and it was really exciting. I just about managed to beat him in the end, but it was really, I had to work for it.
I used to love you could do a 40-man rumble, but it was also, it could go backstage.
Yeah.
So it'd be like pin submission, over the top rope. Still I go to, like, when we have like WrestleMania parties and that, people will bring out old N64s and groups of wrestlers will play that game, and everybody's now, you'll go around, you're like, hey, that's not me, I haven't got my finisher, and people will have made their friends and we all play it now. It's like, you don't get that with any of the newer ones. Like, in terms of what wrestling games
a lot of people do refer to Mercy. That's why I want to play it.
I've heard really good things about 2K14 though.
I enjoy it. Yeah, it's really good. I do have it, and I played it. Unfortunately, I bought it, and then about 3 weeks later, I got an Xbox One, and it's on my 360.
Okay.
And as we were saying, like, I have no problem switching between. But every time I go to play my 360, I'm like, my Xbox One was bought for me. I feel I should be playing it constantly.
I'm surprised they haven't they didn't bring up an upscaled version.
I'm
It was
imagining
very easy.
15.
I knew it would have been a port, but...
Yeah.
15 will be both.
15 will be both. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It'll be the first one to start doing both.
Yeah, of
and
course.
I would expect at least 2 more versions of FIFA and if Call of Duty is yearly, which I don't think it's going to be anymore, but if it is...
It is yearly.
I don't think it's supposed to. I think there's plans to spread it out a bit more now. But if they...
I thought it was a development cycle, so it's getting a longer development, but because it's between 3 developers now, so it's taking 3 years to make a game.
Maybe. So depending on how they do that, I can see there being at least one more where it's both generations of
Activision
console.
won't let it.
They won't let it completely drop.
Well, didn't the last PS2 game come out last year?
It's still going.
They're still making
They will still
They
bring
still
out
make
FIFA.
Yeah.
Oh, they still make
FIFA,
FIFA.
yeah.
They still make.
Because I think it's probably because in developing countries, FIFA is fucking huge.
Oh,
like,
of course.
Places like Brazil and stuff.
I thought FIFA came out on the PS2 last year and was the last PS2 game to be made. I might be wrong, but that's
Most
the news
recent,
I heard.
Maybe. So
Maybe so,
Maybe you're still right.
Oh, they still make, like now that's what I call music, they still
Yeah.
make it on cassette.
Yeah.
Because if you've got, I don't know what we're on now, 150,000.
It's not that...
It's not, it's like
be that
50
high.
odd, isn't it?
It's like
It's
in the
80,
90s.
Is it 90s
Yeah.
now? But
Now
let's say we're on
yeah.
95.
I thought
If
it
you've
was
got
89.
1 to 94 on cassette and you've got
Yeah.
them on your shelf, you want it on cassette.
Yeah, sure.
You don't want to switch to CD or...
I like the idea that they're
digital.
going to get to 99 and then they're just going to start calling it "Fuck, there's still music."
Now that's what we called music. Because they start releasing one again.
It's on vinyl because we love that, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called Yep, It's Still Music.
So I think it's probably time to call time on the Gamecast. So
Yeah, I'll just say one last thing because you were
Fuck's
doing
sake,
no, yeah, sorry. No, it's only because you were talking about PS2. It just made me think of one thing that did scare me was while playing Infamous Second Son was that the save file was 11 meg, which most people wouldn't be a lot in the meantime. But it made me think. I went, a PS2 memory card was 8 meg.
yeah, wow, it's surprising. Yeah,
So that's read an essay over 3 books.
So I went like, I couldn't even fit this save on a PS2 memory card.
yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? When you think about it.
So it just made me go, holy shit.
Yeah.
To put it into perspective, when the N64's memory expansion cartridge came out, it was 4 meg.
Yes.
And that was at the time that was like immense. And
Remember
now
the
it's
graphics thing that you plugged into the front as well?
Yeah, PS1 used to be.
It had a little block. I remember it came out with, I think it was one of the Donkey Kongs, and there was this little red, you pulled
that was
it
the
out.
expansion pack.
Was that the expansion? Or was that a memory expansion?
System memory.
Oh, okay. It
You
was
could-
system, to be able to run. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
but it was.
Because I had a knockoff one.
The first one was that used, I think it was Turok 2. And then they had it for Donkey. It was required for Donkey Kong.
Yes.
It was really pretty much required for Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
There was a few, like Rogue Squadron, I think, was enhanced by it as well.
It didn't need it, but was enhanced. Yeah,
Yeah.
certainly.
Anyway, yeah. So
yeah.
Sorry.
that's cool. No,
End on the retro.
we're here to talk about games. Let's talk. We did so. So if you enjoyed the show, you can go back and find the Titanfall beta on the same iTunes series for this one. Obviously, we also have other podcasts with the Crazy Train on iTunes as well for Emotionally 14. You can find the main website at emotionally14.com. We're at facebook.com/emotionally14.
Somebody stole the letters. Sniper pussies.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I think they expected the domain to be worth something to me. It's like, considering I could buy a new one for like £8.30,
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty good. You can find us on Twitter at emotionally14 digits, not letters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at Rob Wade Vision. Omer's at the Iron Turk Omer. Blake doesn't have Twitter, so fair enough.
Jump on the back of his Titan and shoot his head off.
Hopefully you should start to see a bit more in the way of Gamecast and gaming related stuff on Emotionally 14. I've just basically let it lapse a little bit because I haven't been very well, on and off with shitty flus that have been doing the round and stuff, so it's been draining all my energy.
Fucking real life.
Yeah, I know, right? It gets in the way, but such is life, literally. But thank you again. Thanks very much for listening, and we will catch you again soon. Keep gaming them games.
Give me my Titan now.
Bye.